Hi fiends and welcome to Race Weekend Update for the 2022 Montreal Formula 1 Grand Prix. My name is Stacey Hewen and let's get right into it. Why did the Groundhog cross the road? To inspect the floor and wing of a Williams F1 car. Gary the Groundhog was the talk of the weekend, showing up underneath Nicholas Latifi's car during free practice. Some people think animals are stupid because they dart out in front of cars when they're coming. But in fairness, he did wait until the slowest car was approaching before attempting to cross. Despite the fact that there are many groundhogs in Montreal, many fans claim to have seen Gary after the incident, posting sightings to social media. These same people are the ones who had the same goldfish for their entire childhood, and every dog they ever loved is still alive running around at a farm somewhere upstate. Sebastian Vettel touched a nerve with Canadian politicians for his criticism of the oil sands, calling them a climate crime. Vettel responded to accusations that he is a hypocrite by saying, "Yes, I am." Unused to a mature, thoughtful answer to their name-calling, the incensed politicians did not know how to respond. The real crime this weekend, however, was Sebastian Vettel's dismal qualifying after his incredible FP3. Reports say it was an honest mistake when Aston Martin failed to adjust tire pressures to the drying track conditions. But Pierre Poilievre did seem very suspicious today when he told pundits, "I want Sebastian to know it was me." I don't know why my impression of Pierre Poilievre sounds like Emperor Palpatine, but I think it's close enough. Given that this is the home race for our local Canadian correspondent, the Canadian Positivity Guy, let's throw it over to him for his opinions on this weekend.
Well, you've heard the British guys enough, so why don't you listen to somebody else for a change?
Tabernacle the weekend. Oh, hey there, I just wanted to give all the F1 fans a big old welcome to Canada, and while you're here, why don't you pick up a bag of all-dressed chips or maybe try some Kraft peanut butter? A little word to the wise, though, if you're hoofing it somewhere and somebody calls out, "Hey, buddy," and that person isn't your buddy, it's time to book it. It was funny watching drivers posting about their travels to Montreal as if going to Canada was some exotic location. Then again, Quebec is basically an exotic location to the rest of Canada. The Quebecois got a few laughs this weekend after listening to Anglophones across the world butcher Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Max Verstappen was unchallenged this weekend, winning from pole position. I was going to make a comparison between him and Oilers-era Gretzky, but I didn't feel like having a Donnybrook with every boomer who still insists that motorsports aren't real sports. Alonso demonstrated that he's out there furda, listening to team orders even though he big leagued Ocon by being 100 times faster even with straight line issues. Yuki needed to take about 20% off there, crashing at turn 1 with fresh tires. Any Canadian could have told him you gotta slow down and brake earlier when it's cold, but Winnipeggers jumped to his defense saying that it should be fine to send it through any corner at full speed regardless of conditions. There's a reason why Manitoba has to have public car insurance. And now back to our regularly scheduled programming. Since Canada does not have an F2 support race, Honda made sure to bring us some of that GP2 experience with both Checo and Pierre Gasly's mechanical issues. Not to be outdone by Honda, Ferrari responded by having Mick Schumacher's engine fail on him. Haas looked like a bunch of wankers this weekend after managing to convert the unusually good pace of both of their drivers into 0 points, as is tradition. Lewis Hamilton was clearly feeling like a champion again as he spent the whole race complaining on the radio despite the fact that he was one of the quickest cars out there. Chad Lonzo was the story of the weekend, with Fernando Alonso qualifying in second place, putting him on the front row for the first time in 10 years. When he finished the race behind Esteban Ocon, it was as if millions of erections cried out all at once and were suddenly silenced. Lando Norris is now considered a porn star after he flew to Canada to spend the whole weekend getting fucked by the entire McLaren team. Now, for all you British viewers, it's that time of the week where we gargle George's balls for a bit. Mr. Consistency is now only 15 points, or 1 DNF, behind Leclerc in the World Drivers' Championship in vastly inferior machinery. This isn't as impressive for George as it is embarrassing for Ferrari, though. Now, for the spicy meme of the week, we have Haas fans by Nuff Said Mate. And I think there actually is enough said about this spicy meme. It was looking to be a really promising weekend, especially for everybody who was rooting for Mick. We all thought he had the pace and had really turned it up this weekend and was finally going to get his first F1 point. But sadly, that was not to be the case, as Ferrari just reached over and smacked his father's legacy right out of his hands. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. My name is Stacey Hewen. If you like what you saw, please like the video, subscribe if you want to see more. If you laugh, send it to someone who you think might like it. And until then, I'm Stacey Hewen, and let's be fiends together.